All right, so we've got the room is now prepped, and now comes the fun part. We're actually going to be doing some painting. So we're starting out with some Promar ceiling paint, and I'm going to be cutting in the ceiling, and then I'm going to roll it. You might see me pull my sandpaper out and sand some stuff down. If I see any little burrs as I go, I might just hit those real quick. But I'm going to go left to right, outlining the entire perimeter of the ceiling, and then I'll also cut in around the ceiling fan. Again, very similar to how we cut in the primer. I'm going a brush's width, and I'll also be running the paint onto the wall because we're going to cut the walls in. That's where we'll make our clean line, not with the ceiling paint. So when you actually do cut in a ceiling, you want to get some of the ceiling paint onto the wall, so when you go to cut in the walls later, you have some room to work. And I'm using my nicely labeled handy paint pail and another just 2.5 inch Corona Cortez brush. Again, I'm giving myself a brush's width. Gives me plenty of room to roll and connect these lines here. Just make sure it's not too gooped up, make sure you feather it out. This is where the process really starts to speed up because we've got all our prep done, and now we can just sling some goo. Now I'm going to cut in the ceiling fan here, and one of the things you can do, we've got all the furniture already centered, but if you know you're going to paint the ceiling, sometimes you can just real quick grab your ceiling paint and do this before you move any of the furniture in the middle of the room, so you have a little bit better access to it. But if we have already moved things, so I'm standing on a 4-foot ladder and putting barely any pressure on the furniture. So you just don't want to break anything when you do this. This is a little bit more technical edging because I'm just trying to get right up to the fan, the base of the fan, give myself enough space to roll into it. I'll probably have to come around the other side as well. But if you happen to get some paint on the base, you can always just wipe it off with your finger or blue paper towel. I gotta come around the other side. Another thing you could do is if you were not confident in your edging accuracy, you could run some tape around the base of that fan, and that would protect that as well. All right, so we've cut in the entire ceiling. I've got a brush's width around the perimeter and around the fan. So now I'm gonna roll it, and there's a bunch of different theories on how to roll. Pretty much you've gotta treat the ceiling as just a wall that is going horizontal. A lot of people don't like rolling ceilings because it is a lot of overhead work, but once you get used to it, it's not so bad, and I would highly recommend using a roller extension. So I'm using the same one we used before, and this is a 4-foot Worcester. It is my favorite. It doesn't have any waggle in it, and it screws into the roller frame really tight, so you don't get any play at the end of the roller. You just have really good control with it. So it's the same exact principles as priming. We want to do overlapping kind of sequential stripes, and just make sure there's no lap marks. And one of the things too that I see people that they don't put enough paint on the roller, and that can, you want to make sure that you're rolling on the ceiling paint pretty thick. And we are using Promar ceiling paint, which is pretty thick. It doesn't splatter too bad. It's also nice to wear a hat. And then one other thing too is that particularly when you are painting the ceiling, you don't want to have any of the overhead lights on because it's really hard for you to see, which is why we always use the wall lights that go along the bottom of the walls. If you don't have wall lights, you can use other work lights and just shine them up, and that really gets you a good, it just helps you to see everything. So first I'll be rolling this way, working towards the camera, and then probably on the second coat I might go a different way. So now we're gonna roll. And when you load the roller, you just want to make sure that you're giving yourself enough space to roll out all that paint. That's why you don't want to start it too close to the edge. Also very important to have all of your drop cloths spread out and all of your surfaces that you're rolling over covered, because this is where you're most likely to drip, is doing the ceiling. So I'm going to take these stripes all the way down. Here. And as you load the roller, you're going to be able to go further and further with each dip into the pan. And we are going to roll 2 coats. I'd recommend that for most ceilings. We did a lot of prep work on this ceiling as well, so we're just going to cover all our bases and roll 2 coats. Looking pretty solid. We have 1 full coat on the ceiling, and this is a dead flat ceiling paint, so it's going to dry pretty quick, and we'll be able to cut this in again and roll it probably another like 30 minutes or so. We still have a second coat to go on the ceiling, so we're going to leave this paint out. But one of the things we do, if you don't want to cover this with a trash bag, because we're going to use this probably within the next hour or so, we just take another one of these jumbo tray liners. That's the same thing that the paint's sitting in right now. And you just slide it right onto the handle and just kind of cover the pan up, and that keeps the air, well enough. It seals in the pan, and this will preserve the paint. It won't harden or anything, and we'll be able to use this in another hour or so. If you're gonna leave it for longer, then I would recommend covering it with a trash bag. So now we're good to go. All right, so we've got one coat on the ceiling, and now I'm gonna cut in the ceiling same exact way I did before. I'm gonna go all the way around the perimeter, and then I'm gonna cut in the base of the ceiling fan. So yeah, there's just coat number 2 on the ceiling.
Amazing.